Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for such a brilliant introduction. Can we have the PPT please? When we think of success, what comes to our mind are explosive moments. A founder who just raised a massive funding round, an athlete who's hit their game winning shot, or a singer who goes viral overnight. We obsess over the overnight success, the grand slams, the trophies, and the headlines because we've been conditioned to believe that building something truly meaningful is exciting. But what if I told you trophies are not won in sprints? What if the secret to building something truly meaningful and extraordinary lies in the marathon? The quiet, consistent, and the unglamorous part when no one else is watching. The work that is done when no one else is watching. Today, I want to talk about the power of being boring. A statement that might seem strange and odd, considering we live in a world which obsesses over excitement. But it's a truth that I've learned firsthand. I'm Nikita Maheshwari, CEO and co founder of Tatkal Lorry Private Limited, a logistics company. If you're looking for something truly exciting, you've come to the wrong place. In fact, we move products that are incredibly uninspiring tiles and sanitary ware. However, believe me, building this success was not easy. It was far from glamour. It was paved with tedious, mundane, and most repetitive work that you can imagine. I too once fell for the shiny things. I'm a law graduate, and by the end of my fifth year, I could have gotten a high paying corporate job. But what I was inspired to do was create something of my own from the scratch. In 2015, we saw potential of a small town called Morbi in Gujarat, which in fact is the tile capital of the country. They produce the maximum tiles of this country. On the paper, our idea looked simple, great, and perfect. In fact, to be honest, we thought we had the jackpot and we're going to be the next big thing in e commerce. So, we started tilebazaar.com, an e commerce website of tiles. We built a beautiful website, flashy designs, looked like $1 million. We were entirely focused on the coolest, newest idea in the town. And we failed miserably. Not that the idea was bad, but we were so obsessed with the front end and the beautification that we absolutely forgot about the logistics. We had a beautiful and an excellent website where someone could place an order with us, but what we forgot was that how will we move our fragile tiles from point A to point B without breaking them? My sobering reality came crashing down upon me when a customer from Madhya Pradesh in a remote area placed an order with us on our flashy, beautiful, extraordinary website. The order was small, only a bathroom worth of tiles. But to my utter shock and frustration, I could not find a single transporter willing to deliver that tiles to that location. It was also a realization that not every order is going to be deliverable. But the most saddest part amongst all of this was that the orders that were deliverable to the nearby cities were often delivered broken. We had honestly thought that with our online tile stores, we are going to fix the world. It's going to be that easy. My turning point wasn't a flash of brilliance. It was a sad reality of acceptance that we're not going to be able to furnish every customer and broken tiles. So many broken tiles. It was then also I realized that the magic wasn't in the flashy website and the perfect UI. The magic was in solving the unexciting problem, the tedious problem on the ground. While chasing something shiny and absolutely new, we forgot a very important detail: the back end, the unglamorous part. This was a quiet personal revolution for me. It was a shift from the cool, sexy sprint to embracing the hard, disciplined marathon. And this is not just my story, it's a universal truth. Think about world's most successful businesses, how they're founded on incredibly simple and boring ideas. For example, before Amazon became a global empire, it was an online book selling store. Jeff Bezos did not create one day delivery overnight. He focused on mundane details of warehousing, shipping, and customer service. And this applies to more than business. We tend to romanticize the glory and ignore the grind. Think about a world-class citizen, world-class sports person. When they tell you the story of MS Dhoni, what do they show you? They show you the sixes, the game-winning shot, and the trophies. What they don't show you is for how 3 years he was an employee at the Indian Railways. And after being a ticket collector in the day, he went back to practicing the same helicopter shots we talk about. He had the same monotonous routine daily. Now consider the renowned artist Vincent van Gogh. We absolutely admire his stunning paintings. But what we forget is that he produced 900 of them in over a decade. He used the same canvases, the same colors, made the same strokes over and over again. His genius was built on relentless, disciplined practice. And this is not just sports, arts, or business. This is the power of consistency. Success is less about the sprint to the finish line and more about the lonely miles that you run when no one else is watching. For me, that meant the most important part of my day wasn't closing a shiny deal or entering big meetings. It was sitting down with my accounts, cross checking the numbers, monitoring the cost, reviewing the performances, and creating standard operating procedures so that we do the same dull, monotonous work daily, day in and day out. That is the magic of compounding. We've all known the magic of compounding in the field of finance, wherein small investments grow over time. The same magic is in the compounding of efforts. If you do the same predictable thing again and again, learning a new technique, fixing a small mistake, or improving a small procedure, you build a solid foundation. And that is how you build a legacy. And I had to do all of this in a male dominated industry where a young graduate holding a law degree wasn't taken seriously. I had to be patient with not only the trade, my customers, but also with my employees and my partners. I had to let my work and numbers do the talking. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady grind. When Tatkal Lorry focused on getting 95% of its delivery on time, we were able to build trust and loyalty. Our repeat customer rate of 60% wasn't achieved in a flashy marketing campaign. It was achieved by doing the same dull promises that we made to our own customers. This entire journey helped me redefine what success looks like. It's not in the big moments, it's in the quiet ones. It's about taking a huge salary cut during the pandemic so that we don't have to lay off one single employee. It's about making every cold call a little warmer every single day. It's about delaying the monetary gratification and prioritizing the people who've built this business with you ground up. My father has this very interesting saying, Jab jago, tab savera. It's never too late to start afresh. It means it's not about the mistakes that you make, it's about the number of times you show up to correct them. The opposite of boring is not exciting, it's giving up. I just kept showing up every single day and allowed my work and the numbers to do the talking. So, let me ask you again, what is the power of being boring? It's the ability to find the problems that are too simple, too mundane, too routine, or too difficult, and solving it with consistent and continuous efforts. It's the courage to embrace the grind, the quiet, unglamorous grind when no one else is watching. It's the discipline to show up when the finish line is thousands of miles away. The fame and the headlines, that's just a very small chapter of the final page, but of a very long, very beautiful, very humble book. The most important thing that all of you can take from this is this: find your mundane, find your grind, and then show up every single day. My final 2 cents for all of you here: don't fear failure, don't fear looking stupid, don't fear the hard work, don't fear the boredom. Look for solutions and not for excuses. If you truly believe in yourself and in your idea, take that chance. Do not underestimate the power of being boring. The world is waiting for your brilliant, flawed, perfectly imperfect idea. Thank you so much, and I hope you find your grind very soon.